skills. And we are directioned in doing this. Therefore, County Commissioner, we are not requesting you. It is a directive, not from me, from Omolo. It is a directive that GAO mops up. And I was telling the account 18,000 challenges lying down, and these principals know that. So by June 2025, principal, we are going to be how many?
Over 20,000.
You will be over 20,000. Nationally, we shall be over 2 million. And so I hope those other principals there are hearing me. And this is not a request. So we have to work hard. We have to think without the box and ensure that these youth come the next campaign season, they are not waiting for politicians out there to give them 50 shillings, 100 shillings. That kind of poverty, we as government do not want it. We want our young people to get a skill and be able to earn a living for themselves. And again, the government of His Excellency, the President, is directioned in ensuring that we are looking for opportunities for our youth so that as we skill them, we also are thinking, where are these young people going? We are no longer in the business of just graduating young people and letting them go. Go where? That's our headache. And God being our helper, we are going to get to destinations where we can take our youth so that everybody is earning a living and poverty should be a thing of the past in this country. The government is working hard to ensure that every constituency in Kenya has access to a fully equipped TVET institution, enabling all young people, including those from marginalized backgrounds, to access training. I have said that the CS has challenged me that we must have 2 million young people in our institutions, and we are working with GAO to ensure that. I am fully aware that the increase in trainee enrollment necessitates a corresponding expansion of training facilities. To address this, my state department, under its digitization agenda, will harness advanced training and learning technologies such as virtual reality. This innovative approach uses simulations to deliver real-life workshop and laboratory experiences for various courses. Furthermore, trainees will have the flexibility to access these sessions remotely, promoting inclusivity and equal learning opportunities. What we are saying is, I have said we are not afraid of bringing all these youth to our institutions, yet they must be properly skilled. So we are going into the digitization agenda in our institutions so that these youth who are very good with their phones and with their laptops and with their computers, they can literally sit there and learn masonry on their laptops or their phones. They can learn electrical wiring on their phones. We don't have to worry that we are admitting so many students and we have no workshops. Physical facilities, physical learning facilities have to be a thing of the not really past, we still need them, but we need to think about digitizing our training so that I have seen what AI can do. AI will give you a course in masonry, in whatever, mention it. Here they are doing medical courses, isn't it? Yes. Where is the HOD? Yes. Muende mutafute hizo laboratories ziko kwa internet, kwa 3D, kwa AI. Let them learn how to put all those things in the test tubes and what have you, online. So that by the time they go to the laboratories, they already know what they are looking for. Is that possible? Is that possible? Good. That is what we are looking for. So that we are not saying we are admitting all these young people here and we do not have classrooms. Actually, we don't need classrooms. We have a program called Ujuzi Manyatani. These principals of mine know the program. They have nothing. Ni uko. We skill them under acacia trees. And they are very well skilled. And this is why we are saying, in this department, we are also going to have to think without the box. How do these young people get the skills? And the traditional way of, Chairman, your library yako unajenga hapo ya, is it $1 billion or how much is it? 370 million, mimi sina hiyo pesa. Sasa tutaona vile tutaendelea pole pole. But in the meantime, it's a very good structure. It's a very well done structure. Wacha waingie huko chini, huko ndani, mahali kumemalizika. With their laptops, wakae huko chini, waendelee kusoma before we finish. As government continues to prioritize TVET in its annual budgetary allocations, recognizing the immense potential of the sector in driving socio-economic transformation and enabling environment for TVET subsector is created to produce skilled graduates who are ready to actively contribute to the development agenda of the country. Additionally, the government resolved to ensure affordability through the current funding model ensures that no youth is left behind. My dear son, we were asked to recraft the new model, but even before the model, or the president came up with a committee, it is the universities who are complaining about the funding model. It is the universities. Us, we never complained a single day. The only problem we had was that there was a bit of liquidity issues. Sawa. So sometimes we didn't have the exchequer ready on time. But with the funding model, all right, we have changed it a little bit, but we really didn't have a big problem with the funding model as long as the funds were available. The other thing you talked about was being able to apply for the loan or for the scholarship itself. I have tasked these institutions to have a desk. Do you have desks? To have desks, and I hope there are several desks here, where students can come in, register, and the next thing they are going to do is go straight to applying for scholarship and loan. Now, you also talked about onboarding of the walk-in students so that they are able to apply. We now have a desk at COOPS with 2 officers, my officers at COOPS. And we agreed, before that was done, with the CEO, Dr. Mercy, we had a discussion, and we agreed that we have that desk for TVET students, so that the walk-ins are registered, and the principals and the registrars are able to forward them to the 2 officers on the TVET desk at COOPS. So that should not be an issue. And if it is, somebody in that continuum is failing. But because I already knew that problem, That is why I set up that desk. So you register here as a walk-in student. The registrar and the principal are able to forward that desk. And I hope all the principals have the contacts of the 2 officers at COOPS, so that we do not have students not onboarded on COOPS registration and therefore be able to help for funding, to apply for funding. Sawa sawa. If you don't have, as the student president, the contacts for those 2 officers, ask my PAs here. Both of them are here. That one is Dr. Kanyi, this one is Donna. Ask them for the numbers of those 2 officers at COOPS. The government has been ensuring that the TVET sector is responsive to the needs of the modern labor market, both locally and internationally. Over the past few years, there have been significant reforms aimed at ensuring quality, relevance, access, and equity in the TVET subsector. Furthermore, the government is committed to ensuring that all TVET institutions, including the Eldoret National Polytechnic, adhere to the highest standards of quality. Quality assurance is critical, not just for the institutions, but for the future success. It is imperative that training provided meets the highest quality standards. Again, that is something we cannot overemphasize. Quality of training has to be ensured, because we need requisite graduates from our institutions. The world is watching what we are doing. I have directed the National Polytechnics and CDAC, that is our examination body, to ensure, and this one I told them I am not discussing, that especially assessment is done together with industry. Mambo ya kuja ku assess or examine students here, principal, without industry. Ati unaita mtu twingine from, which is the nearest institution here? RVTTI, to come and assess my students here. Iyo sitaki. There are sector skills, what are they called? Industry sector, industry? Yes, industry sector skills councils who know exactly what the industry requires. Let them come and take part in assessing the students during exams. Were they here during the last exams?
Yes.
Utaniambia yes, lakini sasa hiyo nitajua. Tourism fund. Muliitwa? Sasa unajua mumecollaborate na huyu vile mtaniambia. Let industry be here. If they are not here, postpone the exams, because we want to train from industry, with industry, for industry. And it is them who know what we are training or what we must train. So hiyo mambo ya kuita RVTTI to come and assess the students, hiyo hapana. It is the industry. Moreover, the competencies of TVET graduates must reflect international standards to ensure they are competitive in their global market. Yesterday, I had a meeting with the education attaché for Australia and the TVET guru in Australia in my office. And what we were discussing yesterday, in Australia, there are millions and millions of opportunities for young people, including sheep shearing. Are there sheep in this county? Yes, sheep, eh? What is it called? Kunyoa. Kunyoa kondo. I want to call them ngondu. Kondo. Kunyoa kondo. That's a course we are now doing at the Nyeri National Polytechnic, because they told us they need those skills. And yesterday they gave us about 4 more areas. How many? 4 more areas which they are going to give us the curricula, we customize it and start training for them because they want all these young people in Australia. Yesterday, we concluded and we agreed that in February, myself and a few of my officers and a few of these principals, we are going to Australia. We have already written an MOU and we are going to agree that that curricula, which we are going to be training here, is equivalent to the one they have there. So that after we train, they go there and go to work straight. No more retraining in Australia. That's what we were discussing yesterday. And that is why I am saying that the government of President William Ruto is directioned in the way we want to do things. And that is one of them. So we want from the beginning. We have a lot of, I'm happy, for example. And then they also told us they want milkers. Unajua wale watu wa kukamua ng'ombe. Those ones are more than enough here. Those ones, do they even need training? See, they have been doing that since they were born. There are cows here which look like children in this institution. They look so beautiful. So we are going to train even milkers. I don't know how many months will you need to train milkers. And when they go to Australia, they earn a lot of money. Na wale watu wamekuwa wakituchongoa hapa wakisema ati we are taking young people out there. And those people who are talking like that, they have never gotten a job even for a sweeper. And yet, when we want to direction our young people, even to go out there, be able to upskill themselves and come back here and be able to build the economy of our country, munaanza kupiga kelele, wengine wanaanza kupiga kelele hapa. Wacha those who are prepared to make this country what it must be, waendelee. Wewe ukitaka kupiga kelele huko, you will be making noise for 40 years, sisi tutakuwa tumefika Canaan. Wewe kaa huko upige kelele. It pains my heart that these young people would graduate and go to do a lot of nothing there when I have an opportunity to craft them in such a way that they earn a living for themselves, for their families, and for this country. For South Korea to get to where they are, they sent a lot of their young people to Japan. And they got recrafted and came back to South Korea. And it is what it is today, among other countries. These are the models we want to adopt as government. And please, if you want to join us in the bandwagon, please come. But if you want to be a naysayer, ili kuambia Moses, huku hakuna mikate uliturete huku, hakuna nini nyingine hakukua, maji, huku, wewe kaa kando. Kaa kando. Sisi tutakula mana na tuendelee. Wewe ukikuja utakuta maji imerudi, you have nowhere to cross. International recruiters are increasingly seeking candidates who exhibit finesse. That's another thing. That is why I am talking the way I'm talking to my principals here. Finesse. You train properly. Sio kufundisha watoto ukikuta vitu zingine wamefanya ziko hivi tu. We need to train them with finesse because we are training for the international market. Charles, umesikia? I commend even as I tell you, I commend the Eldoret National Polytechnic for being proactive in labor migration through participation in the HOPS Labor Solutions Season Workers Recruitment Program, where agricultural trainees have been recruited to work in the United Kingdom for 6 months. Currently, the Ministry of Labor and Social Protection is conducting recruitment of youths today at Kabete, Nyeri, and Kenya Coast National Polytechnics for various skilled jobs in Dubai. Dubai needs between 5,000 and 7,000 young people to build in various courses, and I have already circulated to the principals, so we need to interview them, we need to take them out there, let them get reskilled and come back to our country. We are talking about brain gain, because like those who go to the UK, they have gone and come back. When they land here, they are like hot cake. Everybody wants them because they are so well reskilled. So young people, put your best foot forward. We, as government, you have our back. Recognizing the importance of smooth assimilation into the foreign countries, Tibet institutions are also equipping graduates with proficiency in foreign languages such as German, French, and Mandarin, further enhancing their employability and opening doors for international opportunities. I note with commendation that the Eldoret National Polytechnic is training in German language. Congratulations. Let me turn my attention to the graduates. I take this opportunity to congratulate each and every one of you once again today. It is now a testament to your dedication and sacrifice. You are now equipped with the skills and knowledge to enter the workforce or to continue with your studies, and the universities are already inviting you. And we have no doubt that you will make a positive impact wherever you go. I would also like to express my deepest gratitude to the parents, guardians, and all stakeholders who have contributed to the success of these graduates. Your unwavering support has played a critical role in ensuring that these young men and women have the opportunity to access education and the skills they now have. Your investment in their education is not just an asset for their future, but also for the future of this great nation. I recognize the challenges that many of you face, and I commend your determination to provide these graduates with the tools they need to succeed. To the Eldoret National Polytechnic Board, institution's management led by the Chief Principal, faculty, and the entire staff, congratulations for achieving this milestone. And before I sign off, I think I've already talked about the funds that the chairman was asking me for, but even as we struggle to provide the funds from Nairobi, please also, as institutions, you are supposed to have industries within the institutions. Which industries do you have here? What are you selling here? You have all the machines. I was asking the COD, the HOD mechanical. I heard there was a time, was about a time you were making bolts and selling. Muliacha kwa nini? Hapa iko ng'ombe mzuri sana. Simtengeneze yogurt. Simtengeneze yogurt, chairman. Ama niwe, you are not releasing money for this is supposed to, there are supposed to be various industries here, so that you also produce some money, and I'm sure you are doing something. Na hiyo pesa mkitengeneza ichungwe vizuri. Otherwise mkiitwa Kiambu Road, mimi sitakuja. We want to encourage the influx of students, let them come and learn. We are going to access digital learning as much as possible. I've already talked about the funding model, so I don't think there is anything else I needed to comment on. And therefore, I want to thank all of you for allowing me to be here on behalf of the CS, Julius Migos Ogamba, and I want to thank all of you for receiving me and for all that I have witnessed here. Thank you so much, and if we don't speak before then, have a Merry Christmas and a blessed New Year, and may the Lord bless each and every one of you. Thank you very much.
Let's be upstanding and appreciate our peers. A better clap for our peers. Let's have a TVET clap. TVET clap in factorials. We'll do 5 factorials. Let's start. Thank you. You may take your seat. Chief guest, we also have an opportunity to launch our strategic plan, and this is an activity that I would wish to request your engagement shortly before we get the names read out so that they can be awarded. So let's have the ceremony for launching our strategic plan for the year 2024 to 2028. We invite the chief guest to participate in this. I will request the chair of the council and the former chair of the council. I think this is, it's a tag team. The 2 chairs took part in this, so let's join in celebrating this.
Haya, tuwapige makofi, tusherekee kwa makofi. Strategic plan, tuwasherekee kwa makofi.
And this is to declare the Eldoret National Polytechnic Strategic Plan 24 to 28 officially launched in the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Thank you. Sema kitu.
Congratulations, the council and management of this of the Eldoret National Polytechnic on the accomplishment of this strategic plan 2024-2028. Congratulations.
Thank you.
So chief guest, tumefika kilele ya sherehe zetu za leo na imefika wakati wa kutunukia our graduates what they have earned for the last 3 years. So we shall first start by awarding the best performing students from every department. This is an area that we have been greatly supported by our partners, and National Bank has done a sterling job to recognize all the best performing students from the department. This section of the program will be managed by our deputy principal in charge of academics, Mr. James Mwangi. Karibu.
Our guest of honor, PS State Department of Tibet, our county commissioner, other distinguished guests, our council, our principal and principals from sister institutions, our staff and the graduates, good morning. We are going to appreciate those best students who did very well in their respective areas. In the year 2023-2024, 3,365 candidates satisfied assessors and examiners for the awards of various categories of awards. And I want now to call the registrar academics to start by awarding the best candidates in the various departments. Welcome, Mr. Koech. My name is James Mwangi, Deputy in charge of academics. Mr. Koech.
Thank you. Chief guest, riding on the protocols already established, good morning. The following best graduates per department. In the Department of Hospitality and Institutional Management, we have Kirui Yvonne Cherop, who scored a mean of 2.4, and that is a credit, in Diploma in Tourism Management. Kindly step forward. Kirui Yvonne Cherop. Secondly, we have the Department of Applied Sciences. We have Biwot Patience, who scored a mean of 1.8571, which is a distinction in Diploma in Applied Statistics. We request Biwot Patience to step forward. Number 3, in the Department of Computing and Informatics, we have Nyangara Onyanja John, who scored a mean of 2.5, which is a credit, in Diploma in Information Communication Technology. Nyangara, kindly step forward. Number 4, in the Department of Agriculture and Environmental Studies, we have Arona Richard Okoth, who scored a mean of 1.5, which is a distinction, in Certificate in General Agriculture. Arona Richard Okoth, kindly step forward. Number 5, in the Department of Business Studies, we have Chepchirchir Daisy, who scored a mean of 1.86, which is a distinction, in Diploma in Accountancy. Chepchirchir Daisy, kindly step forward. Number 6, we have the Department of Building and Civil Engineering. We have Jebet Marion, who scored a mean of 2.8, which is a credit, in Diploma in Land Survey. Cherop Marion, kindly step forward. In the Department of Liberal Studies, we have Winnie Cherop, who scored a mean of 2.0, which is a distinction, in Diploma in Social Work and Community Development. Winnie Cherop, kindly step forward. Number 8, in the Department of Health Sciences, we have Bera C. Avis, who scored a mean of 2.3, which is a credit, in Diploma in Nutrition and Dietetics. Winnie Cherop, kindly step forward. Number 9, Bera C. Afis, kindly step forward. Number 9, in the Department of Mechanical and Automotive Engineering, we have Odanga Lamex Agunda, who scored a mean of 3.5882, which is a credit in Diploma in Automotive Engineering. Odanga Lamex Agunda, kindly step forward. And number 10, in the Department of Electrical and Electronics Engineering, we have Alevitza Faith, who scored a mean of 2.29, which is a credit in Diploma in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Power Option. Alevitza Faith, kindly step forward. Thank you. Thank you, Madam PS. We have the best graduates standing before you. I request that you kindly step forward to award them to the Governing Council Chair.
We can see Madam PS, our chief guest, awarding the best graduates in all the departments. Naomba tuzidi kuwasherehekea kwa makofi, kwa shangwe na nderemo, the class of 2024. We can see Madam PS awarding them with trophies. And as it has been earlier stated, National Bank of Kenya have taken hand in awarding the best performing graduates of the class of 2024. Tuzidi kuwashangilia kwa makofi na nderemo, tuwashangilie kwa makofi. For sure, haijawa rahisi. Kwa kweli tumeuona mkono wake Mungu. Now we are at the hospitality department. Watu hospitality wapi makofi kidogo. That's Madam PS awarding the best performing graduate of the class of 2024. Health Science. Health Science. Health Science. Tuwapige makofi lakini. Let's appreciate them with a clap. Tunawapigia makofi namna hiyo. Now we are at the mechanical department. Wapi makofi ya the mechanical department lakini. That's Madam CS. Madam PS awarding the best performing graduate at the mechanical department. We are now at the electric department. Electric department. Electric department. Tuwapige makofi lakini tuwashangilie. Let us now celebrate.
We request for a common photo.
The best performing students having a common photo with the chief guest. These are the best performing students in all the departments. These are the best performing students who are graduating the class of 2024, having known that we are having more than 3,000 graduates who are graduating today. So tunasema heko na kongore kwa hawa. Tuwapigie makofi wanapopigwa group photo. Tuambie congratulations. Let us now celebrate them with a clap as the chief guest is taking her place. Let us celebrate them with a clap. Tuwapigie makofi sasa.
Thank you very much, Madam PS, for that. Let us appreciate again our best candidates. Madam PS, in the year 2023-2024, 62 artisans, which is level 4, satisfied examiners and assessors for the artisan, for award of artisan, that is level 4. And I want to welcome the head of departments to come and present the graduates to you for the award of the artisan, which is level 4, in this order: building and civil engineering, business studies, hospitalities and institutional management, mechanical and automotive engineering. So let us start with building and civil engineering.
Thank you. Riding on all the protocols that has been set. Industrial artisan in plumbing, pass, serial number 1 to 33. Artisan in masonry, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 2. Artisan carpentry and joinery, pass, serial number 1. Thank you.
All protocols observed in the Department of Business Studies, artisan in storekeeping, credit 1, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 10.
Standing on the already established protocol, for beauty therapy level 4, competent, serial number 1 to serial number 2. For hairdressing level 4, competent, serial number 1 to serial number 12. Thank you so much.
Standing on the already established protocols, chief guest, we had agricultural machinery and equipment, level 4, 1 graduate who scored a mastery.
I want the artisans graduates to stand so that they can be awarded their certificate by the PS. Graduates of the artisans who have been called, you stand so that you can be awarded by the PS.
Acting on the powers conferred on me by the Tibet Act 2013, knowing that you have satisfied the examiners in your respective fields, I award you the respective artisan certificates. Congratulations.
Our guests of honor, madam, in the year 2023-2024, 953 graduates satisfied examiners and assessors for the award of craft certificate, that is level 5. I will be calling the HODs to present these candidates to you for the award in this order: agriculture and environmental science, applied sciences, building and civil engineering, business studies, computing and informatics, electrical and electronic engineering, health sciences, hospitality and institutional management, liberal studies, and mechanical and automotive engineering. Agriculture.
General Agriculture Practitioner Level 5 Proficiency Serial Number 1 to Serial Number 4. Craft Certificate Craft in General Agriculture Distinction Arona Mbito or Watch. Credit Serial Number 1 to Serial Number 83. Pass Serial Number 1 to Serial Number 32.
Craft in Petroleum and Geoscience, pass serial number 1 to number 7. Craft in Science Laboratory Technology, serial number credit, serial number 1 to 3. Pass serial number 1 to number 18.
Department of Building and Civil Engineering, craft certificate in land survey, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 12. Pass serial number 1 to serial number 65. Craft certificate in plumbing, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 7. Pass serial number 1 to serial number 19. Craft in roads, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 8. Pass serial number 1 to serial number 6. Craft in water engineering, distinction, Acheng Josephine, Kibet Collins, Kipkoech Brian, Nyangoke Christine, Achieng Ken, Owino John Stephen, Rotich Alex Biwot. Credit, serial number 1 to serial number 20. Pass, serial number 1 to serial number 8. Craft certificate in building technology. Credit, serial number 1 to serial number 2. Pass, serial number 1 to serial number 19. Thank you.
Department of Business Studies, Craft in Human Resource, Credit, serial number 1 to serial number 16. Pass, serial number 1 to serial number 6. Craft in Banking and Finance, Credit, serial number 1 to serial number 8. Pass, serial number 1 to serial number 10. Craft in Business Management, Credit, serial number 1 to serial number 3. Pass, serial number 1 to serial number 5. Craft in Accountancy, Credit, serial number 1 to serial number 9. Pass, 1. Serial number 1 to serial number 27. Craft in Supply Chain Management, Credit, serial number 1 to serial number 15. Pass, serial number 1 to serial number 26. Craft in Sales and Marketing, Credit, serial number 1 to serial number 3. Thank you. certificate in information studies, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 18, pass, serial number 1 and serial number 2. Craft certificate in information communication technology, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 57, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 16.
Craft certificate in electrical and electronics technology, power option, credit, serial number 1 to number 3, pass, serial number 1 to number 29. Craft certificate in electrical and electronic engineering, credit, serial number 1 to 2, pass, serial number 1 to number 6.
Department of Health Sciences, craft certificate in nutrition and dietetics, credit, serial number 1 to 27, pass, serial number 1 to 10. Craft certificate in health records and information technology, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 14, pass, serial number 1. Thank you.
Thank you. From the Department of Hospitality and Institutional Management, craft in food and beverage production, sales and service, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 4, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 16. Craft in catering and accommodation operations, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 60, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 23. Lastly, craft in tour guiding, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 17. And lastly, pass, serial number 1 and serial number 2. And lastly, we have recognition of prior learning in the Department of Hospitality and Institutional Management on page 16 of the graduation booklet. Housekeeping and accommodation operations, page 16 of the graduation booklet. So we have housekeeping and accommodation operations, which is an equivalent of craft because it's level 5, and the graduate who scored mastery is Nyongesa Ricky. Thank you so much.
Craft in social work and community development, distinction, Abongo Lavenda Akinyi, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 68, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 14. Craft in childcare and protection, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 16. Thank you.
The Department of Mechanical and Automotive Engineering, craft certificate in refrigeration and air conditioning, serial number 1 to 10. Craft certificate in welding and fabrication, serial number 1. Craft certificate in automotive engineering, credit, serial number 1 to 5. Pass, serial number 1 to 23. Craft certificate in mechanical engineering production option, pass, serial number 1 to 6. And serial number 1 to 11. Thank you.
The artisan, the craft graduates, can you be upstanding so that you be awarded by the guest of honor? Be upstanding. Thank you. I want to invite our guest of honor to award the craft graduates.
Acting on the powers conferred on me by the TVET Act 2013, knowing that you have satisfied the examiners in your respective fields, I award you with the respective craft certificates. Congratulations.
Our guest of honor, Madam, in the year 2023-2024, 2,315 graduates, certified examiners and assessors for diploma or level 6. I want to invite the HODs to present these graduates to you for the award in this order: agriculture and environmental science, applied sciences, building and civil engineering, business studies, computing and informatics, electrical and electronics, health sciences, hospitality and institutional management, liberal studies, and mechanical and automotive engineering.
Department of Agriculture and Environmental Studies, Diploma in Food Science Technology, credits serial number 1 to number 12, pass serial number 1 to serial number 42. Diploma in General Agriculture, credit serial number 1 to serial number 106, pass serial number 1 to serial number 33. Diploma in Entrepreneurial Agriculture, credit serial number 1 to serial number 9. Diploma in Environmental Science, credits serial number 1 to serial number 7. Pass serial number 1 to serial number 10. General Agriculture Practitioner, level 6. Provisions, serial number 1 to serial number 12. Thank you.
Department of Applied Sciences, Diploma in Applied Statistics, distinction, Adair Alan Pivot Patience, credit, serial number 1 to number 5, pass, serial number 1 to number 2. Diploma in Chemical Engineering, credit, serial number 1 to number 2, pass, serial number 1 to number 16. Diploma in Analytical Chemistry, credit, serial number 1 to number 6, pass, serial number 1 to number 13. Diploma in Analytical Chemistry TEP program, credit, serial number 1 to number 8, pass, serial number 1 to number 5. Diploma in Applied Biology, credit, serial number 1 to number 12, pass, serial number 1 to number 10. Diploma in Petroleum Geoscience, credit, serial number 1 to number 8, pass, serial number 1 to number 16. Thank you.
Department of Building and Civil Engineering, Diploma in Land Survey, credit serial number 1 to serial number 51, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 56. Diploma in Water Engineering, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 10, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 13. Diploma in Civil Engineering, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 21, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 56. Diploma in Water Engineering, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 10, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 13. Diploma in Civil Engineering, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 21, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 108. Diploma in Building Technology, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 10, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 78. Diploma in Architecture, serial number, credit, serial number 1 to serial number 7, pass, serial number 1 to serial number 12. Thank you.
Department of Business Studies, Diploma in Entrepreneurship Development, credit, serial number 1 to serial